We are going to be getting into something called coercion, but before we do, you just need to start understanding operators. And again, don't get intimidated by all these fancy words. You already know what an operator is. An operator just performs an operation on single or multiple values. It just performs an action. Let's look at the example 1 plus 2. That plus sign is the operator. I told you would know what the operator is already. And in programming languages, the 1 is referred to as the left operand and the 2 is referred to as the right operand. And in this case, because they're two operands, that plus side is known as a binary operator. But anyway, we'll get into that shortly. Let's keep moving on. We've seen a lot of operators at school. You know, the plus sign, the multiplication sign, the minus sign, divide sign. And in JavaScript, you get different types of operators. You get these ones that we're familiar with, you and I from school, but you also get others. And they're all classified within their different types. I'm not going to go into detail now into each one. You'll see it throughout this course. We're going to be using these different types of operators. So feel free to pause the video and go over these in more detail. I'm going to go over them very quickly here. So one type of operator is called the arithmetic operators. Another type is assignment operators. You've got Boolean operators. And you've got string operators. And spoiler alert, this might be a bit too advanced right now, but we are going to get into this stuff later. And that is what's known as the ternary operator. That just assigns a value to a variable based on some condition. AKA, if this condition is true, give it this value, otherwise give it another value. So it's quite a cool new operator, which we will see later on in the course. Something else I just want to touch on quickly before we move on, and this is important for you to understand. It's the difference between unary operators and binary operators. Remember at the beginning we had 1 plus 2 and I said that plus was a binary operator because it had two operands. So what's a unary operator? An operator is unary if it only has a single operand. So let's take the example x equals negative 10. That negative, that minus sign is a unary operator. And an operator is binary if it's got two operands. We've already seen this. So you could say that the plus sign, and others actually, as a matter of fact, exist in two forms, in the binary form and in the unary form. And let me quickly show you an example of how JavaScript treats these two. But just bear in mind, the one that JavaScript prefers, or the one that JavaScript gives preference to, is the unary operator. Let me show you an example quickly, you'll understand.